you're doing well. My name is Amoy Daily and welcome back to my channel. So today I've got a really lovely video for you. I've got 5 tips on how to do academic work remotely, and I thought this video would be really useful, considering the current global climate, and it looks like for the next academic year lots of things are going to be online, meaning we're probably gonna have to do lots of work from home. And I've just got a few tips on how to do that because, well, we've not really had a situation like this before, so I figured I'd give some help on how to navigate it. I hope you enjoy. Let's move on to the video. So the first tip I have for you is to make and then also follow a timetable. Now, this doesn't have to be the most intense timetable ever. It can just merely be you planning out what time you want to start a piece of work and what time you want to end it. You can plan that around other things you may have to do, like if you have a job. It just really lets you sort out your free time and what you are actually able to do in that time. And also it kind of helps like an extra motivator, like you're not just waking up and just being like, okay, what can I get done today? If you try and plan it from like the night before or the week before, set your deadlines in order and be like, okay, this is what I need to do, this is what I'm going to do on this day for this amount of time, and this is what I'm going to do on the next day for this amount of time. And that can just really help with kind of organizing it and makes it feel a lot less overwhelming as well, since you already have planned out what you're going to do. Of course, the main way to make this work is to then actually follow the timetable after you've made it. The second tip I have for you today on how to do academic work remotely is do not try to do too much in one day. This is so important. I feel like we've all been there. We've been like, okay, so today I'm gonna do 10 things. It's gonna be the most productive day ever. I'm gonna be so busy. No, don't do that because, well, most of the time you're not gonna end up doing all of those things you have planned. Space it out. You don't have to do everything in one day. Rome was not built in a day, so your work does not have to be done all in one day either. I would say take it day by day. Like if you have like a few assignments to do, sort it. This actually goes into one of the tips I'm going to give later, but sort it by like deadlines and just work towards that steadily. You don't have to complete the whole thing in a day because, well, if you try to pack too much in one day, chances are you're not going to give it your all, whereas if you spend more time on like one piece of work, then you're more likely to produce better work because you won't be rushing to do so many things in one day. And also, you're still a human, like you still have a life outside of doing work, so do not think your days just have to be all day every day do work. It's okay to break it down, and it's better to break it down because it's easier to handle and less stressful as well. So the third tip I have for you today leads on very nicely from the second one, and this is to take breaks. Alongside not doing too much in one day, it is also important to take breaks when you are doing your work to avoid stressing yourself out or like burning out basically. What I like to do when I do my work is to use the Pomodoro technique. So this is basically where you work for a certain amount of time and then take a break for a certain amount of time and then do work again for a certain amount of time. So just to kind of make it more clear, what I do is I work for half an hour at a time, then I take a 5-minute break, work for another half an hour, 5-minute break, and this just really helps because when you take your break you get to kind of like refresh, drink some water, use the toilet, do whatever you want in those 5 minutes. But once those 5 minutes are done, it's back to work, but you know there's going to be another 5 minutes for you to take a break. And it's important because we're not machines. We do need to take breaks. We need to, not be stressed out, and working remotely can already be stressful as it is. So do not think you just have to go 0 to 100 all day every day, because you don't. Take breaks, eat lunch, have breakfast, do whatever you want. So the fourth tip I have for you today is actually very important, and I didn't realise how important it is until I actually tried it myself. But this is try to work somewhere that is not your bed. Now obviously you are probably going to be working from home, and it's very easy to just be like, oh, I'll just wake up at any time in the morning, turn on my laptop, I'll get loads done, and next thing you know you've got nothing done but you're on YouTube for ages watching loads of videos. As long as they're mine, it's okay. But it's, you know, try to work away from your bed. It kind of gets you into like a mindset of like, okay, there's no distractions around, let me just get this done. And I did a lot of my work from like my room and my bed, and I was getting distracted. Like, I get work done, but I wasn't really on point as I should have been. And then one day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna sit at my dining room table and try and do some stuff, because obviously working in my room is it's just not doing it. And then as soon as I sat at the table, I was like on it. I got so much done, and I was so focused because there was nothing around to distract me. Like, I was just sat in a chair. I was like, okay, just got my laptop screen here, that's it. I didn't even bring my phone downstairs with me. So yeah, it was just try to work somewhere that isn't your bed, because then there's like kind of less of a relaxed vibe to it, which can really help with getting work done and being more productive. So the fifth and final tip I have for you today is also very important. It helps with keeping organized, and that is prioritize your work in order of urgency / deadlines. So obviously you might have like a lot of work coming up, a lot of work to do, and it would be helpful if you like write down in a notebook or a planner somewhere which assignments are due first, and that really helps you with knowing which ones you should work on first, how much time you need to spend working on each assignment, and it kind of saves from like panicking about like, oh my god, this assignment's due like next week and I've not started. So if you just kind of like plan ahead, like as soon as you find out an assignment is due, write down the date it's due somewhere and just kind of work on it like that, and that way you have everything hopefully done by the time it's due, and it really helps with like keeping organized. So yeah. So those are the 5 tips I have for you today on how to do academic work remotely. I really hope it's been useful. Obviously we've not had a situation like this before, so navigating it can be quite difficult, but I'm here to help. If you enjoyed it, please make sure you like and subscribe. Also feel free to comment if you have any other words of advice that people might need to know in terms of doing academic work remotely. That is also useful. I also have a uni advice playlist which I really recommend you check out, because I've got other videos in there on advice for uni especially. Also I upload every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss the other ones. Thank you for watching again. I hope you have a good day.